What is going on in the land of wrestling fandom? It's just another wrestling podcast. Now that there's 30 million of them already out there. Happy holidays, everybody. J Money alongside the smoothest wolf criminal out there, Gerard the Wolf. You are that smooth. I think you should know that.
We've been on
a
break for a couple of weeks, and you're still going on with that crap.
Hey, I said the smoothest. All right, that should be flattering.
I'm smoother than you.
And
you're still having trouble with the ladies.
And your logical explanation is?
I think the red mark across your face says it all.
It's called a tattoo. Hello.
No, it's called a slap across the face.
Why? Because I made a move on your secret crush. I mean, that she-wolf.
You be quiet. You be quiet.
I'm just saying. That. Hey, and besides, I called you smooth. Okay, you should have been flattered.
Sarcastically.
How was that sarcastically?
You always have something to say about me. It's nothing new with you. You always come at me with the wolf jokes and everything.
Well, you set yourself up for that. I mean,
I don't ever set myself up for nothing. You just do it out the blue. It's unwarranted.
I'm waiting on you to come up with some money jokes. So.
Oh, I mean, the fact that you don't have any money, you're broke is a joke?
See what I mean? You see with the material, you see after all of this time, you finally do something. You finally rib me. I mean, it's about damn time.
Your look alone can give me material. Your appearance.
Oh, really?
Yes, but I spare you. I decide not to go that route. I take the high road.
Oh,
you take the low road, and I take the high road.
Good one.
That's how it goes.
All right. So, as you know, we've been on vacation for quite some time. We've had some holidays come up and a few other things, but that doesn't mean that we can still talk wrestling, right?
Yep.
All right, let's get into some of the top headlines from around the wrestling world. First up, Ric Flair has been cleared to get knocked down in the ring. Doctors cleared him to actually get physical in the ring. Now, as many of you know, he did have a health scare back in the summer of 2017.
Wait. Isn't he supposed to be retired?
You never know. I mean,
Shawn Michaels stayed away for how many years? Almost 8.
8, but yet he came back.
Yeah, money does talk, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How much did they offer Rick?
I don't know, but hey, it's probably
it's
probably
not worth your health, Rick. Come on, man.
Matt Hardy announced in an interview with Wrestling Inc. that he expects to return to the ring sooner than later. And
I thought he retired.
He did tease an in-ring retirement, but rumor had it was that he was actually injured. So that's why Bray Wyatt has been kind of off TV for a while because you know of the tag team of Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt.
So they take Bray out. Because Matt's injured. That makes no sense.
I don't know.
When Enzo was injured, they let Cass run with it and do his thing. Yeah. And Bray's not like Bray can't hold his own. He can talk.
Yeah. And as many of you know, Raw's ratings have been dipping drastically.
Oh, boy.
But ex-writer Jimmy Jacobs came to the defense of Raw as, you know, we have been complaining about the viewership, saying just writing 3 hours of content is very difficult. Which, again, you know, I can't see because, I mean, you have that many wrestlers, that many storylines that you have to think of ways to make it creative.
But there's ways to get around that because Triple H has had a lot of wrestlers in NXT, and he finds a way to make it work.
Yeah. Well, because the thing is that you have 3 hours of Raw, two on SmackDown, you have an hour of NXT, an hour of NXT UK,
an hour of 205 Live.
Plus, you have the Mixed Match Challenge.
And then the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
But the thing is, isn't it partially WWE's fault? They sign all these wrestlers. They don't have enough spots for all these guys.
Yeah.
Where are you going to do with them? You don't have enough spots. You got people like what was it? Perfect 10. I forget his name now. Perfect 10. His name.
Tyler.
Ty Dillinger.
Yeah, Ty Dillinger.
Dillinger and Tyler Breeze. They just had him on NXT.
Yeah.
Recently. So another podcaster I listened to mentioned that maybe send those guys back down to NXT to get freshened up and get re-exposed and stuff is good for them. They got a good following down in NXT. Send them back down there. Mm-hmm. If you're not doing, Triple H will use them. If you're not using them on the main roster, let them go to someplace else where they're going to get used properly.
Yeah. Because
they do have way too many wrestlers. They don't have enough spots on the roster for them. You might see them once in a blue moon on the main roster if they're up there. Mm-hmm. But on NXT, you might see them more often than not because Triple H will use them.
Yeah.
They're used in throwaway wrestling matches sometimes. Hell, half of them during the 80s, they were used as enhancement talent to get over other wrestlers.
Yeah.
I used to watch on YouTube matches of Jake the Snake Roberts, just wrestling enhancement talent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the best way to use certain people. If they do have enhancement talent that the guys that they're not using regularly, but they do use them for that purpose of getting other wrestlers over. They don't do that on the main roster. They did it for Braun Strowman. They started to do it for Nia Jax and stuff. For a while when he was there, they did it for Ryback.
Yeah.
They need to start doing that again. If you're going to do stuff, use certain wrestlers to get other people over, or just have a regular match. I mean, like, you don't always have to have a storyline tied up into it.
All right, and then, as many of you know, David Heath, whose wrestling name is Gangrel, after a long time trying to obtain the rights to his name and character, Gangrel has finally secluded with the legal rights to everything Gangrel, not only here in the United States at the trademark office, but has been granted full trademark rights as well as international rights. So now he doesn't have to go by any other name. He can now go as Gangrel.
How did he work that with WWE as stingy they are with copyrights and trademarks?
Who knows?
I know WWE, they don't have the trademarks on AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, and none of their names, do they?
Not that I'm
Well, because those were names that they were already using. If anything,
Yeah.
TNA owns the rights to those names because they were using them when they were in TNA.
Yeah.
So in EC3, I think he might own the rights to his own trade.
Well, remember, he was Derek Bateman.
Derek Bateman,
when he was first with NXT,
but
then when he went to TNA, he was Ethan Carter the third. But then they kind of just shortened it to EC3.
And I think he might have the copyrights on it because TNA let him They let their talent use those names outside of the company.
Yeah,
because they were letting the wrestlers do stuff in other places.
Yeah. So also last headline before we get into what happened on Raw, SmackDown, and all the other NXTs out there. There are going to be a lot of free agents coming up next year. Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. But according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE has been interested in signing Dalton Castle.
Well, you could do some stuff with him. He has that kind of character that WWE would like to have.
Yeah, he would. But
given all the flamboyant characters they had in the past.
Yeah, but again, I think he would do amazing wonders in NXT.
Of course, he has that kind of character that's tailor-made for it.
Yeah. So,
but there's also been rumors going around that maybe Cody and the Young Bucks are trying to start their own promotion. That there's rumors that there were supposed rumors
about that. Yeah.
Supposed rumors of some financial backing from a billionaire someplace.
Yeah.
So we don't know for sure. I don't think Cody's wanting to go back to WWE. Because really, what's he going to do?
I don't think he should go back.
No, because WWE is not going to look at him at a certain way. They're going to look at him he's not going to get above a certain level. No matter how much he's done outside of WWE, Vince McMahon will never look at him in no different. Drew McIntyre is an exception.
Yeah.
But Cody, I don't know. They just dropped the ball with him the first time around, so I don't know if I trust them.
I think Cody needs to stay away from WWE.
Yeah, he needs a little longer. He needs to build a little bit more of a repertoire.
I think the Bucks are ready. I think Kenny Omega's ready.
Yeah. Oh, there's also a rumor about there's a documentary there's going to be a documentary of Kenny Omega for HBO Canada. I heard it on another podcast. I can't confirm it. I would have to look more into it. But that sounds interesting.
Because I think, because there was also the rumor of Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks coming in because remember, those three are the elite.
Yeah, those rumors have been going around forever. They said it could be before the big Madison Square Garden pay-per-view.
I think they need to go after.
Yeah, they need to do that pay-per-view. They need to do it.
Because remember, it's the same night as NXT
TakeOver, yes, before WrestleMania. And that's the first time in years that another promotion has ever stepped foot in the Gardens besides WWE, and they sold it out like that.
Yeah, because I think it's sold out in about 10 minutes.
This would really help this will really be good for their branding.
Oh,
they need to do this show.
Yeah.
They need to do it.
Yeah, because the thing is that, I mean, when they announced that it was going to be at the Garden, you bet your ass that it was going to be sold out.
Oh yeah.
Because again, All In sold out quickly when it was in Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, big time wrestling town.
Yeah, people want alternatives to WWE, and the way the company and what you mentioned about the ratings lately. I have to tell you this. SmackDown last week, and we'll get to it when we talk about it, but they need that alternative. I need that alternative. You need it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think if I just want Cody and them to go ahead and start that promotion.
Yeah.
I think they can do it if they got backing. Cody and them did well with that All-In pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So I think they can do it.
But here's the thing. If they do the promotion, which I'm all for, what day do you do it, and what kind of a TV deal can you get?
Unless you don't even get TV right now, you don't worry about that. You just start the show. Not every promotion has to have TV. Yeah. I mean, Ring of Honor. I mean, like what they're doing right now. Ring of Honor still doesn't have TV.
Yeah.
I don't think they had it for a little bit. They had Sinclair, but they had the backing of Sinclair Broadcasting, and they were on Fox 18 for a little bit, but in Destination America before.
Yeah.
But they're not really on TV right now. So, and they've been thriving for years without television.
Yeah.
Or do they have TV somewhere that I don't know of?
Well, I know they used to have it late at night, but I don't think.
Yeah, so I don't think they need to worry about TV right now. If they want to do that, or find a way to get on the internet and do stuff, because I think Ring of Honor, aren't there stuff on pay-per-view or it's on the internet?
I think they are internet pay-per-views.
So are there their TV? Is their TV internet based?
I think so. Yes.
So if you want to do that until you can find a deal or something or whatever. Yeah. Because remember, TNA was for years when it first during its inception was on pay-per-view. Yeah. Every Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now we got all the headlines.
Also, I was about to say one more thing. Like I was about to say something. Are you familiar with WoW Women of Wrestling?
Well, when I first started watching wrestling, I was just flipping through channels late at night, and then I saw it on late at night.
It was on late at night. Wow. Yeah. I heard about it back in the early 2000s. It was having a pay-per-view. It had some woman on there that was like a female version of Kurt Angle, two women that were like a female version of Harlem Heat, and one woman that was like a female version of Steve Blackman. They're having their show. They're going to have their own TV show on they're getting TV time on Access TV.
Oh, nice.
And it looks like Tessa Blanchard's a part of it. Kiera Hogan's a part of it. I'm familiar with it. I know it was going on. I don't know how long it's been on, but yeah, it's interesting. I guess they're trying to ride that wave of women wrestling's being big and everything. Yeah. Which is interesting. I mean, like, women's wrestling is going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
And WoW's probably been around for who knows how long. I have to look into it, but it could have been around since the 90s or longer, for all I know.
Yeah. All right. Oh, and I think you also had a couple other announcements
we had
as well.
A couple of passings this week in the world of professional wrestling. First, I'm going to say this. Larry the Axe Hennig passed away, and that is the father of Kurt Hennig in the Mr. Perfect, and then the grandfather of Curtis Axel. I don't know much about him, but I do. That's all he knows, that he was the grandfather and father of those two. And then another passing in many people. And this guy was influential. He paved the way for a lot of wrestlers, including Chris Benoit. Benoit emulated himself after him. Mm-hmm. And and Davey Richards is a dead ringer for this guy. If they ever make a movie for him, Davey Richards has to play him because they look so much alike, and Davey emulates himself, patterns himself after him. Mm-hmm. One half of the British Bulldogs, the Dynamite Kid, Tom Billingsley, passed away this past week. He was in, I guess, hospice care or whatever it was in the UK for a long time. He was basically catatonic. And I knew of this. I knew he was not really in good health for years. I mean, the podcast I watched expanded on this more. But he was in good health. I mean, that's possibly from years of steroids, because when he went into WWE, they said he was jacked up like a monster because he was a smaller guy. He was a smaller guy, and if he stayed in WWE, he could have been up there with Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart during that New Generation era, and he could have been a top competitor. He could have been a world champion or something in WWE. Oh, yeah. The dude was great. I watched some of his matches. He was a good wrestler. He had that cruiserweight style. Okay. He was the blueprint for what you see now with all these guys. Mm-hmm. He famously wrestled Tiger Mask, his biggest rival. And I watched this thing. There's actually a documentary where Tiger Mask had these people looking for him, and they actually found Dynamite Kid in a wheelchair, and it looked sad. Mm-hmm. He was in a wheelchair. He wasn't cognitive where he was. He looked catatonic. I hate to say this, he just looked like he was waiting for peace to come. Yeah. I'm gonna say that. I'm not gonna say he was just waiting to die. That was just cruel. I'm just gonna say he just looked like he was just waiting for the release to go on and be in peace. Tiger Mask was trying to talk to him on a computer screen. He even put on the old Tiger Mask and tried to get him to be responsive. And it was like, man, this is just sad right here to watch this. And I knew he was like that for years. I knew that. And he even came out with a book. Mm-hmm. And there's also as much as we can give him accolades, we got to talk about the bad. I remember hearing wrestling stories from Jake, paper interviews and shooting interviews from Jake the Snake Roberts, the Honky Tonk Man, and even Roddy Piper talking about how mean as hell the Bulldogs were. They played ungodly ribs on people. Like Jake famously talked about a rib where the Dynamite Kid, where the Bulldogs, they were messing with Damien and the snake that Jake would carry to the ring in a bag. They were throwing little lit cigarettes in a bag, trying to piss the snake off to bite Jake. At the time, the Bulldogs had an animal too. They were carrying to the ring. They were taking to the ring Matilda. So Jake was going to get back at him. So he took food. They didn't give. He said that they left that dog and they would leave that dog in a hotel room and not feed it and do nothing. So Jake gave that dog some food. So the dog would, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to just say this stuff because, I don't never cuss on the air. I hardly do it. So no one's ever heard me say these words, so I'm just going to say it. The dog took a shit all in their room. That's the story. Yeah. Jake said the dog took a shit in the room because he fed it all kinds of food. Yeah. Chili dogs and everything, and they got pissed about it.
Oh yeah.
But that's the thing. They had made enemies in the
80s.
80s from doing that. A famous story is they got into with the Rougeau brothers. They got into a fight with Dynamite got into a fight with one of the Rougeaus, and later on, Jacques Rougeau, I believe it was, got him back by busting him in the mouth with some roll of quarters in his fist, knocked out some of Dynamite's teeth. So that's that story. There's a lot of stories. There's even something Roddy Piper mentioned about them sticking a kid full of steroids and trying to pump him up with steroids. They were assholes back then. Yeah. They were just mean, and I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people right now that are glad the Dynamite Kid's dead. That's awful to say. He's not Benoit. He didn't. Yeah. That also is probably what kept. They didn't even show graphics for him at WWE. Yeah. You only see him. I only seen graphics for him during the UK from NXT UK. That's the only time they showed the graphics before. They didn't even show graphics for Larry the Axe Hennig, and that's probably because of Dynamite. If they don't show Dynamite, they can't show Larry. So that was like really messed up. Dynamite did not do he didn't kill anybody. He didn't do a Benoit. Yeah. He just was mean. But if you're gonna pull crap like that, you're gonna be selective and worry about WWE worries too much about their image. You have people in the Hall of Fame who's done way worse probably. Jimmy Superfly Snuka is in the Hall of Fame still, and he murdered somebody.
You have Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, who said the N-word. They said Mike Tyson's done some stuff, and he's in the Hall of Fame. I'm not even going to say that because we're not talking about politics here, so we're going to leave that one out. Yeah. But you have people who have done way worse in the Hall of Fame. He displayed mean-spirited, and they probably were worse. They would say they would take people's clothes and set them on fire, but hell, Mr. Fuji's done that, he said. And I think Mr. Fuji, isn't he in Hall of Fame?
Yes, I think he went in a year or two ago.
He said he'd done the same thing, but they also said that he would point a shotgun at his wife's face while she's asleep and say I might have shells in it someday. But hell, we had wrestlers do, like I said, Jimmy Superfly Snuka killed his girlfriend back in '83. Yeah. So you can't keep